Welcome back to Just Another Game Review. Today we're talking about games that we were really hyped for, and no, Friends Trivia is not one of them. My first game I was ever excited for, Mario 64.
Oh, yeah.
I was so hyped for 64. It was amazing looking. I remember like the jump from 2D to 3D and seeing Mario running around. Like I thought it was real. Like, do you remember like how?
Oh, dude, the graphics. Oh my God, this looks so good.
I literally, it's in my
James Bond GoldenEye or something. Yeah. The graphics are so good.
Mario 64 is literally in my 64 right now. I was playing it the other day. The graphics are not good. Back in the day, I was so hyped for that game because I thought it was just amazing looking.
I wonder like what happened with games as far as hype is concerned. Now,
internet.
Yeah, now every game is so overhyped anymore. It feels like.
I think the internet does play a part in like toning down. There's so much hype that it tones down some of the hype. You know what I mean?
And sometimes they just overhype it too.
Yeah, and they
push trailers down your throat and the game flops.
The too much information is why games aren't as hyped now.
Yeah.
Because I remember like some of the most hyped I've ever been for games is because the lack of information. Like you wait to get your PlayStation Magazine or whatever, Nintendo Power, and you see 3 screenshots and a blurb, and that's it. And you're like, oh my God, what is he doing in this screenshot?
A lot of my hype came from staring at the game cabinet at the store, and then like going to get in the clerk. Can I see the back of that game?
Right. Oh God,
Can I see the back of that game? Brings it out, you turn it around, you're like, no,
out, man.
I think "Can I see the back of that game" was the first words I ever said. So Randy, what was one of the most hyped games you ever remember being excited for?
Probably Final Fantasy VIII, because I just played 7. It's my first RPG, and because 7 was so successful, they pumped out 8 and 9 like back to back, and they just put so much advertising in it and put so much on the cinematics and the graphics, and I mean there was so much advertising. It was before you could read everything, and YouTubers putting all the gameplay out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so like no one really knew anything about it except for what you see on the commercials and the back of cases.
Right.
That's funny that you say Final Fantasy VIII. Same reason. I played 7 and loved it. But I didn't play 7 until 8 was already out. I was a little bit too young. But then 9, I played 7, and I was like, and then 9 was getting ready to come out, and I was like, oh my God, I want to play 9 so bad. I got 9, barely got into the game, got a little bit stuck, and my cousin wanted to borrow it. Still waiting on him to return it.
I don't think it's coming back. No.
He took my strategy guide too.
Dick. What about you? What game was you hyped for?
I think Zach can probably remember this one. We were at, I think you came down to my house, and you hadn't even heard about the game, but it was Alan Wake.
I remember Alan Wake.
Dude, I looked up so much stuff on that game, and it came out the exact same day as Red Dead Redemption, right? So we go down, I'm super pumped. I love scary video games, any survival horror, all that stuff. We get all the way down to GameStop, and this place is lined out the door around the block. And the clerk, she says,
when we raised our hands?
Yeah. The clerk's like, how many are here for Red Dead Redemption? Everybody on the face of Cider County raises their hand. And she's like, who's here for Alan Wake? I was like...
You know what's funny about that is Aaron gets super passionate about games. Super passionate. So it's the day of release, and I've never heard of Alan Wake. And I go over to Aaron's house, and... like by the time it was time to midnight release it or whatever, which I didn't go over with plans to go to a midnight release. I just went over to hang out. By the time we go to the midnight release, I'm pumped about it. Because Aaron had like just super talked to this game up. I was like, this is the next coming.
Dude, I was so excited. I thought it was going to rival like Silent Hill and Resident Evil, and it didn't. I mean, it was fun. It was a good game.
You had me convinced it was the end-all be-all.
I could have been a cowboy riding through the desert, and instead I was a weirdo holding a flashlight scaring away monsters.
It wasn't a bad game. It wasn't a bad game.
It was alright. Definitely wasn't worth the hype. Definitely not worth
the hype. There was no hype. It was just you.
Okay.
You know one of the games that I remember being the most hyped for? And it goes back to that lack of information I was talking about? Metal Gear Solid 2. And I think a lot of people from that generation... I know you don't like Metal Gear. You're wrong, first off. But Metal Gear Solid 2, a lot of people will remember this. The trailers only showed Snake, and
Right.
Metal Gear Solid 1 is my favorite game of all time. So I'm super pumped. This is when my grandparents first got internet, and like, so I think I spent a whole day downloading like a megabyte of video, and it was really grainy. And it was like the opening trailer that they showed at E3 or whatever, Snake jumping off the bridge. I am so pumped for this game. I am so ready. And everyone knows you got the game and you play with Snake for like 2 hours and you switch to Raiden.
All Raiden.
It's like it's a big joke now, but like that was devastating.
I think there was almost riots over that.
Yeah.
People were heartbroken.
I'm about to actually riot right now. I'm gonna go get some poster board and start making signs. No,
writing a letter.
in retrospect,
Very
In retrospect, I actually like Raiden now. I didn't during the game and stuff, but I like the direction they went in that game. But my God, I was so hyped, and my God, I was so disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
All in a matter of one day.
I honestly think that they did that on purpose though, because when
course
Snake
they did.
Eater came out, the third one,
Oh, yeah.
dude, I was nuts about that.
I
I was ready to kick the door down. I'm not waiting until midnight, bud. Bring it here. I want it now.
back in the days of actual having instruction manuals in the game.
Oh, yeah.
I rode from Walmart to my grandparents in the back of the van.
Reading the book.
Yeah, I made them ride with the lights on. My
Yep.
grandparents like, this isn't legal. I said, I don't care.
We're reading it.
All the stuff I could do with camouflage. Like a really weird story with games I was hyped about. Love Rock Band. Obviously, you two know that.
Oh, yeah.
And love Rock Band. Rock Band 2, loved it. Rock Band 3 was about to come out, and I had just got a new job, like probably 3 months before it came out. So I go into the interview, and when we're done, the interview went really well. I was pretty sure I was going to get the job. It wasn't, by the way, nothing big. It was Kmart. So
Where careers are made.
spoiler alert, I'm not still there.
Walmart.
So anyway, interview went well. Afterwards, she was like, so you have any questions for me? And I was like, oh yeah, Rock Band 3's coming out, I said in my head. I was like, on this date, which I'm pretty sure was like October 10th, I said, I'm going out of town for a wedding for 3 days. There was no wedding. So October 9th rolls around. I spend all day going out to the garage, taking a TV out there. I set up my guitar cabinets and ran them through the TV, hooked the Xbox 360 up, went and bought beer, put it in a cooler, and just waited.
You tailgated at your house.
What do you mean? Why are you asking if I tell you were there?
I remember it, and that's what we were there for. You called me and said, hey, I got a cooler full of beer. I was like, I'm there, man.
Oh my God.
I didn't realize that you spent the day before asking for an advance on your paycheck at your interview.
I got that day off 3 months in advance. That's how hyped I was for that game, though.
Did you get the job?
Yeah, I got the job. They gave me the days off too.
And he quit.
And then he quit.
No, that was October 10th. I quit October 20th.
Appreciate you, Kmart.
I quit when I got back and they said, how was the wedding? And I said, what wedding?
That's the greatest story I've ever heard.
I came back to work with a tattoo and a bandana.
I'll tell you a game that I got excited for recently was the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yeah,
Dude.
I did too, and I'm not even a Resident Evil fan.
Oh, I'm a diehard Resident Evil fan, man. It's like my favorite all-time series. Mm. And when I saw they were remaking 2, my first instinct was like, well, they're going to f*** this up bad. This is going to be awful.
Well, that was Capcom for a while. They stuff up.
Dude.
I mean, excuse my language, but...
Yeah, they did. Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6.
Not even just the Resident Evil series. They messed up a lot of stuff. Mega Man got bad for a while.
Yeah. When Resident Evil 2 Remake came out, though, I was like on the edge of my seat. And I was riding the fence forever. I was super excited, and I was also super worried. I was like, well, this game's going to tank. It's going to suck. They're going to ruin it. But no, man, that game came out flawless. Better than the original. Like, better than I remember Resident Evil 2.
I'll agree. Like I said, I was never a huge Resident Evil fan, but Resident Evil 2 is really good.
God, did you get to play it yet? No. Dude, you have to play Resident Evil 2. Everybody
never even played Resident Evil.
Oh, I'm not. Coming soon.
Oh.
Coming soon to a YouTube trailer near you.
At least once a day I roll my eyes at Randy.
The latest game that I got pumped for was Sekiro. And mainly just because at the time I was playing Dark Souls. Mm-hmm. And but I was like 4 or 5 years late playing it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember you were playing Dark Souls like way late.
Yeah, so I was
Way
playing
late.
3
I
and
get to play them.
You get to play them?
really?
No, are they good?
Yeah, they're real good. I didn't play the first one, but I played the second Dark Souls, the third one, and Bloodborne, and all 3 of them are really good. So I heard about this, and I don't really get hyped about games a lot, and I wouldn't say I was hyped about it, but I was excited for it.
Yeah, hyped and excited are real close.
Are they?
I would assume. You know what's funny is there's one that I was thinking about, but I did the same exact thing as you. I didn't play Dark Souls when they first came out, but I played Dark Souls 1 and 2 for the first time right before, and Demon Souls right before Bloodborne came out.
Yeah.
And I was super excited for Bloodborne, and it was the first one that I actually beat. Even though I'd played the other 3 before that, I couldn't beat them. I'm not very good at Dark Souls.
Yeah, they're
But,
hard, I heard.
They are hard. But man, they're rewarding. They're so much fun. Bloodborne was great.
Yeah.
I got really hyped
How
for it.
was Sekiro?
It was really good. I mean, it's the hardest game I ever played in my life.
Is it harder than Dark Souls?
Yeah.
I'll let you borrow it. I've got it over there, and I can't beat it. And I don't mean like I got into it and couldn't beat it. I mean like I don't think I beat the first boss, and I've tried.
They're the same ones that made that Viking game you let me borrow, wasn't it?
Viking game?
Yeah, what was the name of that game? Hand of Fate or some shit?
Lords of the Fallen.
Hand of Fate.
Do you still have
Jesus
that?
God, yeah. It's at my house.
Boy, that years ago.
It was like 2015 or something, 13.
They didn't make that, but the same type of game.
Yeah, so it's like basically Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I've watched people like, wasn't Dark Souls 3 multiplayer or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
I've watched
multiplayer.
people play that. Because
Yeah,
I've always
it's
been
pretty fun.
interested because I always heard those games were like wicked hard.
It's a very good game, but it takes the right kind of person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could be like wanting to do solo, and then like you're getting close to a boss, and
Yeah.
some dude just show up and come fight you.
So it's all based on like a parry combat system, right? Parry
Yeah.
dodge.
You should play it if you've never played it. It's really good.
Yeah.
You would like it.
I messed around on Dark Souls 2, but I ended up getting my ass handed to me, and I was like, fuck. I can't
You
do
have to
that.
be able to learn from getting your ass handed to you.
Yeah.
I'd wait till your meds kick in and I'd give it a try.
Another game that I think I borrowed off you, and I played late, was Kingdom Hearts. I hadn't played any Kingdom Hearts till like a year ago.
I didn't know that. I mean, you borrowed them, but
Yeah.
I thought that you were just replaying through them before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. I didn't know you had never played them.
Yeah, I'd never touched one in my life.
I
And
played the first one, but not the second one.
so I played both of
Second
them
one's
back to back in like a week.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
Randy binges when he plays a game. He binges.
Yeah. So I beat them both in a week, and then like 3 weeks later, like, hey, Kingdom Hearts 3's coming out. And I was like, that's awesome.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You know what's weird is I played both Kingdom Hearts when they came out, and I was super hyped about Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, like legitimately hyped. 6 years ago when they announced it. And by the time it came out, like I was like, oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3's here. I guess.
Still ain't beat
We'll
it.
do
No, I haven't beat it yet. The game's good from what I've played so far, and if it would have came out 5 years ago when they announced it, I would have destroyed it.
Yeah,
Absolutely
right.
played through it, but legitimately, I got so hyped by that game, and I just didn't care about it anymore. It had been so long that I just didn't
Right.
care.
I do the same thing with Assassin's Creed. It's like when Assassin's Creed 1 came out, dude, I smashed that game. And then lately, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Origins and all those came out, I didn't touch them until the new one was coming out. So I'm like trying to scramble, beat Origins before Odyssey comes out.
Yeah.
So I pour like 80 hours into Assassin's Creed Origins as hard as I can.
Now, were you excited for the first Assassin's Creed?
Oh yeah, huge. I bought it on Steam, didn't own a PC.
What?
Figured that one out. I didn't understand how Steam worked. I thought they'd send me a copy of Assassin's Creed. No, doesn't work like that. It was like 2005 when I did that. I was like, Mom, I need your credit card. She's like, why? I was like, I found this kick-ass website. They got games everywhere. I put it on there and I'm like waiting, like a week goes by. I was like, how they delivering this thing? Pony Express? Where's it at? I get on there and like on my mom's little workstation. We didn't get internet until like 2009. It was HughesNet. And it was like on my mom's computer for like 6 months and I didn't even know. But
Was it playable?
hell no.
HughesNet, no.
No, not with you. It wasn't playable with the computer.
That's what I meant.
But yeah, I like ordered it off Steam thinking I would get it for my Xbox. Does not work like that.
Actually, speaking of Steam, a game I was really hyped for was Half-Life 2, which I don't think either one of you guys have ever played. And we should all sit down and play that sometime. Like, I don't know if it'll still hold up today. I haven't played it in years, but it held up then.
I haven't even. Is that the Orange Box thing? Isn't that?
It was part of Orange Box but it was a computer game first.
Yeah.
The whole Portal and everything of that is based off of the engine for Half-Life 2. But when Half-Life 2 came out, that was like, it was epic. It was I don't think it was the first game to ever do ragdoll physics, but like it made them a big thing. And I remember like, if anyone's played Half-Life 2, you'll know what I'm talking about. You like start out on a train or whatever, you get off the train, you go into the city, and this guard's like, hey, you pick up that can. And you turn around, there's a can on the ground, and it's like, hit E to interact. And you can pick up the can and do whatever you want with it.
Oh, okay.
That blew my mind when that happened, because games did not do that. That was, and the whole opening of the game felt like a tech demo, but like really well done.
Right.
I'd be interested to see if that holds up well. It wasn't a game I was thinking about when we were going to record this, but when you mentioned Steam, I loved Half-Life 2. I was super hyped for it.
Did you guys get excited for the Master Chief Collection?
Oh my God, yes.
Did you not? You didn't play Halo?
He was never a big Halo guy.
Never a Halo guy.
Dude, I got Josh Winters came home like to play Master Chief Collection at my house.
I remember.
And it was so bad when it launched. It would take like 90 minutes to get into a game.
What?
Dude, it was bad. So bad.
We did a if my wife watches this, she's gonna make fun of us, but like a grown man LAN party at Aaron's house when it was like a week after the game came out.
We were like 25 years old.
Yeah, this wasn't like I mean, we did Halo LAN parties all the time when Halo 2 was a big thing, but like Master Chief Collection's coming out. We all are super hyped for it, relive some of our memories or whatever. We go over to your house and I think we got 4 games in that night or something like that because the servers were so bad.
I'm pretty sure I sent my wife with my child to Florida that week, didn't I?
Yeah.
With the next door neighbor's wife. Yeah, they went to Florida. Yeah.
Honey, go on vacation. I got to play a game.
Yeah. She's like, are you coming? I was like, absolutely not. Master Chief Collection comes out. I'll be right here. Yeah, we spent all day getting ready. Zach's like a little electric repairman running lines. Running lines everywhere. And then we get there and it's sitting in a loading lobby for like, I don't know,
forever.
2 hours.
Yeah, just to get in one game, you get in a game and it's laggy.
Yeah.
You kicked.
He lags and kicks you out.
We ended up watching Red vs. Blue.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really hyped for that Star Wars game come out. I don't think they're gonna ruin it. I think they're gonna nail it.
That does
look pretty good.
Yeah.
I watched from E3.
Have you ever played a good Star Wars game?
Yeah, it was on, I think, like Xbox, original Xbox.
Oh, the Star Killer?
Yeah.
What was the name of that?
Knights of the Old, or...
No. Oh, you're talking about Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
KOTOR, yeah.
Oh, KOTOR was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the one I'm thinking of? Where you're Darth Vader's apprentice?
I don't know.
Xbox 360, Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
That was a good one, too.
I thought it was alright.
It wasn't as good as KOTOR, though.
KOTOR was amazing. By the way, doesn't stand up.
No, I
tried to play it recently.
Yeah, I did too. Well, I thought I was going to try to review it, and I started playing it. No, I don't know if it's the controls where it's on Steam. I'm trying to use like a PS4 controller, or if it's just. I remember on 360 when I played the original one, it was amazing. I played it a few times, but
I think it's one of those that like in a certain block. Like in a vacuum, a certain period of time, a game's amazing.
Yeah.
But some games just don't stand the test of time.
Yeah.
I think that's one of them.
There's a lot of games where the controls just don't.
yeah,
They just don't match.
Do not mention.
I set him up for you. I had to set you up for that one. One more dig.
Another game that I was super excited for, The Last of Us.
Oh yeah, the second one or the first one?
the
First one. Oh no, I'm excited for the second one.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong,
yeah.
I am excited for the second one. But I was super excited for the first one.
Yeah.
So anyway, funny story with The Last of Us. When it finally did come out, and like I said, I was super hyped. Me and our buddy Joseph went to Walmart and got it, and we also picked up some beverages.
Right.
And we came back, and we didn't play it for a little bit. We were just hanging out, and we drank a little bit. And that game starts off. The whole story is great, but it starts off super solid, and the characters pull you in quicker than any characters I've ever seen, and then they just drop the floor out from under you.
Yep.
So here I am. I'm not drunk by any means. I'm just
he's not sober either.
I'm not sober, but I've played Last of Us for a total of 15 minutes, and I'm not making eye contact with Joseph. Like I'm like about to cry, and like I'm like, so then I like slowly look over and he is crying. And he's like, we're not playing this game till tomorrow.
I think the thing that had me most hyped about The Last of Us wasn't it made by like the same people who made Crash Bandicoot
And Uncharted.
Naughty Dog?
it was.
I was like,
Naughty Dog.
Crash Bandicoot people are gonna make a game like this about a violent people killing plague. That's gonna be awesome.
Well, they had just done Uncharted, and that's why I never played Crash Bandicoot when I was younger, so I had
I played the hell out of Crash Bandicoot.
a lot of people love it, but I played Uncharted and loved Uncharted. Also games I was really hyped for, 2 and 3, super hyped for 2 and 3, but I had just finished whatever game had just come out for that. I don't remember if it was 2 or 3, and Last of Us had been announced. It was 3. I just finished 3. Last of Us had been announced, and I was like, oh my god, I need more of this style of game, and I thought that it was going to be more Uncharted-like. It wasn't quite Uncharted-like style-wise, but game-wise, so much better. Last of Us is one of the rare games that lived up to the hype.
Yeah,
and
it really
probably
did.
exceeded it.
It did.
You know a game that I'm actually really excited about for now, like probably the most excited of newer games coming out? Well, maybe Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Right.
Death Stranding.
Oh yeah, that game looks
It looks
sweet.
really good.
And I am
It
a
looks really
huge Hideo Kojima fan. Like,
Yeah.
I know he's super weird and he does whatever
I
he
love
wants
it.
to do, and sometimes it's odd.
I love his weird.
Yeah.
This game looks... Let me put it to you this way. If they didn't say Hideo Kojima was making this game, I would not be excited for it, because it is the weirdest looking thing I've ever
It
seen
does
in my
look really
life.
weird. All the trailers are weird.
They're so weird.
And each trailer makes you more confused and weird than the last.
Yeah,
one.
but like I'm just like, deep down, that man's a genius, and this is going to work somehow.
Yeah, it'll work.
And if it doesn't work, I'll still play it all.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
I'll be 30 hours into the game, being like, this is going to work soon.
We're almost at the work.
What's the dude's name from Walking Dead that's in it?
Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus?
Yeah.
It was like a pack of palm malts.
Norman Reedus looks like he smells like cigarettes.
Yeah, and you know what? That's honestly another reason that I'm hyped for it. But I'm not a huge fan of Norman Reedus, but him and Guillermo del Toro, and Hideo Kojima was all making Silent Hill.
Man, I
you
wish
remember
that
PT when it came out?
Oh, so wish that would have.
Oh my god, I was so hyped, and when they dropped the bottom out of that thing, like I was upset, and then they announced Death Stranding, and I was like,
That is that's one for me. The Silent Hill that was supposed to come out, dude. I was level 10 with hype for that. And then I was level negative 10 when I heard they dropped the bottom.
You know,
I was
if
like,
you have
please, no, dude.
You had to go see someone for months.
I'm still talking to him.
So Aaron, what do you want to talk about with PT this week?
I wanted that game so bad.
God,
I'm still holding out hope for it. I ain't giving up.
I don't.
They should
Konami,
release it. You know what I'm saying?
they can't.
Why?
I mean, Konami could still release it, but Konami doesn't really make games anymore.
He should make that.
They had like one series by that time. Konami used to be huge. They dropped Castlevania. All they make anymore is Metal Gear, and they got rid of Kojima.
That did that, yeah.
Yeah, and the last Metal Gear they made was I don't know, like a stick poking simulator.
Yeah, Survive.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
Well, I mean, if you're making trailers that are amazing and saying, nah, we're not going to do that. The one promising lead you had.
Show us a menu full of delicious food and not service anything. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for everybody here at Just Another Game Review. I think we had some pretty good stories about games we got pretty excited for, games that we got excited for and let us down. Let us know in the comments below what games you guys got excited for. What did you stand out in the rain and the cold waiting in line to pick up? And as always, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to receive videos from us in the future, and keep in mind that you can't hum if your nose is plugged.